Basketball team tips off year 2 of the Katie Gearlds era on Sunday. The Boilermakers will play Purdue Northwest in its only exhibition game of the year that'll tip off at 2 o'clock at Mackey Arena. Regular season opener just 10 days away as Purdue will welcome the Marshall Thundering Herd on Thursday, November 10th. Good evening, everybody. It is the Katie Gearlds Show. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You can follow us, by the way, on Facebook. We're on the Purdue Athletics page there. If you do that, let us know where you're watching. If you have a question for the coach, we're also on the Purdue Women's Basketball Twitter site as well. A little bit later on in the show, we're going to hear from senior Ricky Waltman and get her thoughts on this 2022-23 season. But when we come back, we'll have the head coach. It is the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by the Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
And she's first on the team with 7 steals. Janae Terry pass out to Kyle. Easy post up.
Now it's Madison Layden to trigger for Purdue. 3.9 seconds left, down 1. Terry for the win. Good! And Purdue wins at the horn.
Well, she made herself available. She knew it was a low clock. Really good job of recognizing, attacking. And look, anytime you can throw it up there and give yourself a chance off the glass, and Janae Terry celebrating with her Purdue teammates.
No good on the putback. Terps come up empty with 2 good looks. Pushing the other way is Terry. Good defense from Benzin not to foul as Terry finishes, and now it's 11-7.
Looking, gets it in bounds to Terry. Terry drives. Terry with a short jumper off the glass. Yes! Yes! Purdue wins it at the buzzer. The second buzzer beater this season by Janae Terry.
Terry, cool as a cucumber. She knows what she's got to do. Takes it in.
Oh, yeah, it's good. No question.
It's not even
good.
Close.
Basket is good. Game over.
Illinois could get it back with 3.5 seconds at the minimum. Terry fires, gets it to go.
This is an excellent opportunity. Give it to Ellis. 2 seconds left. Ball rolling on the ground. They're not going to get a shot off. Oh, Janae Terry still did, and it goes down! Everything falling for Janae Terry.
Abby Ellis again looking to the paint. Dishes out to Terry. 3-ball is good for Janae.
Teamed up in the second half. It's a good pass from Ellis. Janae Terry knocking it down. She's not afraid of the moment, Mike.
Bob FM.
Welcome back to the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. Purdue Global is Purdue's accredited and affordable online solution for working adults. Persistence pays off at Purdue Global. Welcome, Coach. Haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, it's good to see you, Tim.
How's the summer been and fall so far?
Fall was good except for that one matchup with the Buffalo Bills, but I told you before, we just
Okay,
like to give you your Super Bowl in October.
Let the
It's
record
fine.
show you brought that up tonight. I was not going to bring it up at all.
You definitely brought it up before we came on
Well,
air, so I just...
Off the air is off the air now.
Josh Allen's been balling.
Yes.
We'll see what happens.
We will. That's a running thing that we'll be talking about throughout the season, so we'll have to get used to that. This basketball team last year made the WNIT, had a winning season. When you look back on your first season as the head coach here, what will you remember? What will you take away from last year?
A lot of everything. I think, one thing that I'll always remember is walking down the tunnel for the very first time as head coach of Purdue University. Just, even today in practice, we're in Mackey Arena, and I walk across the motion P at half court and just kind of get this surreal feeling. Oftentimes, I kind of touch Beth and be like, wow, like this is my life. I get to do this, and what a cool feeling. But I don't want to be in the WNIT anymore. I don't think that we want to be in the WNIT. I don't think that's where Purdue belongs. So that's something we will remember and not forget that's not a place we want to go.
As you look at Halloween in 2022 and compare where you are in the program was to Halloween 2021, and where you had basically, you knew you were going to be head coach eventually, but you didn't know it was going to happen until right before the season. Talk about the progress, how much better you feel about this program right now than you did a year ago.
Just personally, I feel a little bit more prepared. I think coaching was always going to be coaching. I think it was going to be a different kind of view if I was the assistant coach last year, but kind of getting thrown into it. I just feel more comfortable. I think our group, staff, our young women can probably tell you that I'm a little bit different. Not afraid to get on them like I should. Not afraid to demand like I should. We've hired a couple former players, and oftentimes they've told me and reminded me how hard I used to be on them, and so they've kind of helped bring that side out of me. So Slick, Ava, you guys hear that? You have Curb and Lake Show to thank, but I just feel more comfortable. I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm excited to get it really, really going.
I would also assume the players are a lot more comfortable and understand the system that you want to run offensively and defensively much more than they did a year ago.
Yeah, just the terminology. I mean, I think we were still learning in January, February, March when I said something, what that really meant. And not just our players, but our staff. We tried really hard not to skip steps, really tried to take our time, and because it wasn't just about year 1 or year 2. It's about hopefully year 9, year 10, year 15, because quite frankly, Tim, I don't want to have another job. I want to make sure I'm coaching here for as long as I want to. And that requires winning, and so that was that we were looking for at the bigger picture than we were just in the moment.
And I've heard you talk about that in a lot of different interviews you've done in the offseason. Last year you were talking about competing and being hard to beat. Not that winning wasn't important, because they do have scoreboards for a reason, but this year winning becomes more important than it was.
No, winning is why we're here. That's the expectation. The expectation last year was to play hard and compete and be a tough out. And really, if you look back, we were a tough out. Not very often you looked up and we were, down by 30 going into the fourth quarter. It just didn't happen. And if we did get down, we never stopped fighting. That was the expectation last year. Now the expectation is to win. Point blank. That's what Purdue does. That's why we're all here for. We wear those 6 letters across our chest for Purdue to win.
It's got to be great, too. Last year we got back a little bit more normal. I don't think it was completely 100% normal after the pandemic, but this year we're hoping it's going to be just a normal season from start to finish, and you want to make Mackey Arena, as it was when you were a player here, a really, really tough place to play.
Yeah, there's something special about Mackey and the Mackey Arena faithful. I remember what it used to be like. And I appreciate so much the fans who have stayed faithful and true to our program. But people like winners, and we've got to win basketball games to get more people in the stands. So that's on us. We've got to make sure we're doing our job. You watch any social media clip, and the Big Ten is asking other teams, where's the toughest place to play? And they say Purdue. They say Mackey Arena. So imagine if we got it filled like we did against Indiana last year. Imagine if the students came out and it was loud like that. Imagine if we got more fans, that lower bowl was filled day in and day out. I've watched our group work. I've watched them work all spring, all summer, all fall. They deserve that place to be filled.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about this basketball team and specifically go through the roster when we come back. It is the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network from Learfield.
And on that last drive, Coldclaw had a really nice take.
Harden, spotter 3.
And switching the court up. Here's Cass Harden. And you can put it on the board. Yes, Cass Harden.
Dumps it back out to Clouden. And look, she got hit in the face right there by Layden, but no fouls called. Here comes Abby Ellis. She will work the baseline, dumps it out, top of the key. Harden for 3, and it goes in.
Ava Learn was ranked the 153rd player in the nation and the number 41th guard in high school. So
Cassidy Harden bombs away from 3, her first triple of the night.
Shot fake, got Demila Brown to go on it, and another miss, and another offensive rebound for Purdue, this time Ellis. Outside to Harding for 3, it goes, and Purdue leads 3-0.
Tries to drive on the guard, and Harden again walls up, and here's Abby Ellis. Harden for 3. her first of the game. How about that defense to offense, Steph?
Well, it's out of necessity that Cass Harden has to guard a post player. She does a really good job of using her strength, of staying disciplined and not.
Cass Harden from 3. She sinks it.
Get back into this short-handed as Janae Terry with it up top. 3 on the way and finally knocked down the three-pointer.
Picked up by Schrammick in the left block, got it poked free, picked up by Harden, pass up ahead. Here is Ellis on Douglas, and Douglas does a good job of stopping her defensively, but she'll throw it out to the top, and a 3 is hit by Harden.
Rebound, and Purdue looks to push again. Cass Harden, and it's pure from three-point land.
Everyone needs a little playing time, so before a Purdue basketball game or any time throughout the week, stop by Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. Do want to let fans know, and we'll remind you a couple of times on this one, the exhibition game on Sunday, we are going to broadcast it, but it will be streaming only. So you'll have to go to the Purdue Sports website, purduesports.com. Jane Schott and I will have the broadcast starting at 1:45, but this one, the exhibition game, will be internet only. So keep that in mind on Sunday. Hello to David from Cumberland, Indiana. Our good friend Ira from Swamico, Wisconsin. Sheila's up in Remington. John Hochstetler in Littlestown, Pennsylvania. Alice Learn, there's a familiar name, last name, from the Finger Lakes watching tonight. And then Tim Potts watching from Fort Wayne. We thank you all for tuning in. Again, we're here all throughout the basketball season. We'll be here on Monday nights at 7:10. A couple of Tuesday nights sprinkled in, but basically it's going to be Monday from here till the end. All right, let's start this roster, and we'll start with the oldsters. Cassidy Harden, who seems like she's been around a long, long time because she has, put off going to medical school because she wants to play basketball and contribute to your program. Talk about her impact coming back for another year.
Yeah, first of all, how cool is that, right? You get into medical school, and then you love Purdue so much, you value this program so much that you're going to defer it to come back and play your COVID year. I just think it speaks volumes to who Cass Harden is and how much she loves Purdue. I also think it speaks volume to what we were trying to do last year. For the first 3 years, whatever happened for Cass, it just didn't happen. Last year she had fun. She played basketball. She had fun. And coming back for her 5th year, I think, like I just said, it just speaks volumes to who she is and what she's all about. And she'll be great, and she'll be an anesthesiologist one day, passing people out before surgery. But right now, our job is to make sure she has fun and wins basketball games.
She can pass them out as long as she brings them back. That's the big thing.
No doubt.
Got to have the. It's kind of like the airplane. You can take off as many times as you want. You have to have an equal number of landings when you come back.
Land
there you go. Absolutely.
Please.
You went to the portal for a couple of players. Laisha Petrie coming in. She's actually been at a couple different schools. Started at Bradley, went to Rutgers, and now she comes here for her last year. What will Laisha Petrie bring to this program?
Yeah, Laisha's, her and Caitlin both, I know we're not talking about Caitlin yet, but Laisha just brings a maturity to our basketball team, a 5th-year senior, someone who's been through it, understands what she wants to do with her life, and she wants to win. You talk to her, she just wants to win. What do I have to do to get us to win? And she wants to be a pro, and our job is to help her to reach those dreams. But, Laisha was a really, really good player at Bradley, player of the year kind of player, and then went to Rutgers and was their 2nd leading scorer on a team that didn't score the ball a whole lot. So that translates. Scoring the basketball translates. I think fans will see her in the open floor quite a bit. Her and Ava and Abby running wings faster than pretty much anybody out there, but she just gives us somebody who can score the basketball, and like I said, buckets translate, and she's somebody who can go get a bucket.
All right, let's talk about the other player you brought in through the portal, Caitlin Harper. Caitlin Harper, a post player who has some versatility and also, again, can score.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, scoring translates. You talk about the WAC player of the year. I think she averaged 18 a game last year. And it just gives Ricky some help down inside. We played Ava at the 5, and now we've got Slick and Caitlin, and really 2 different players in there. Caitlin's someone who can stretch the floor and shoot the 3 and can put some pressure on defense, but in that nature. So just Slick and Caitlin. Would love to see a little Travion, Zach Edey kind of split the minutes and put some pressure on the other team.
Abby Ellis, a player who transferred in for last season, and again, Abby Ellis showed that she can score, and that translated from her previous stop to here at Purdue.
Yeah, it translates. I know Abby's a fan favorite. She plays really, really hard, always with a lot of energy. And someone who got better over the summer, worked really hard on her own individual craft, got better, got stronger. Just really like the way she's playing for us.
Another transfer from in the conference, University of Illinois, we saw Janae Terry, and she became a stat stuffer. Couple of triple doubles and a player that can do a lot of things for you on the floor.
Yeah, Janae is huge for our program. You know, she rebounds the ball. I think she led us in rebounding last year. Sees the floor really well. One thing that's great about Janae is right now is she's taking coaching so well. We try to get her to push the ball up a little bit more, get the ball out of her hands and transition a little bit quicker, and just getting her to understand the ball is going to come back to her. You know, but if she can get in the paint and score and make plays for her teammates, I mean, she's just making all this better.
We've got Ricky Waltman coming up in the next segment. We saw a different Ricky last year. Went from 1 point a game her sophomore year to 7 points a game last year. Went from less than a rebound a game to more than 5. If those numbers can translate again to another jump, you've got a heck of a basketball player coming back again this year.
Yeah, I don't know if I can speak more highly of a player than I can Slick. She's to come in, you know, that first summer with her and watch her become who she is on and off the court right now. That's what it's all about. I mean, you just watch her day in and day out. She works, she grinds. She's stronger right now. She understands her job, understands her role. Just really, really proud of who Ricky Waltman is.
All right, we're going to talk to Ricky Waltman in just a couple of minutes. It is the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network. And this is Boilermaker Basketball from Learfield.
Looks like Abby Ellis for Purdue is also looking to check in. Jayla Smith in the game for Purdue. She goes up and gets the and one to fall. Jayla Smith only had 2 minutes of play so far up to this point, and her first shot is an and one.
Ellis backpedals. Launches. Long three ball.
And most importantly, she's knocking down logo shots. Abby Ellis.
Into no man's land. And a reach foul, but it's not called. More overlays. Ellis gets it, pumps it, scores it.
Well, Alexa Goulbe for Indiana does a great job getting back in transition defense, but where's the rest of Indiana? Ellis gets the rebound.
Once again, Illinois keeps holding Purdue to about 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Deep three made by Madison Layden. This game comes to an end. And it'll be Smith firing from deep. Schmack.
Great stuff. Ellis again with the shot clock winding down, but she drains the three. That's what Purdue needs to stay in this game.
Not strong enough. Hits the iron. Ball up in the air. Layden's going to try again from deep. Sinks it as the clock expires. Boilers lead 18-9 as the first quarter draws to a close. Now Golden Gophers have to weather the storm here that Purdue put up and get themselves back into this game. Layden with the right hand behind her back. That was filthy.
There's Layden with the drive. A little scoop with the left hand. Not good. Tipped around. Layden gets it. Open look here for Smith. And Jayla Smith knocks down the three.
5.3 Bob FM.
Welcome back to the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. Lafayette Limo, family-owned, women-owned, serving Greater Lafayette for over 33 years. Shuttles to and from Indianapolis and O'Hare airports 365 days a year. Make your reservations now at LafayetteLimo.com. Lafayette Limo, a proud sponsor of Purdue Athletics. By the way, we will be right back here tomorrow night. The Jeff Brom Show will be tomorrow night at 6:05 because the Purdue men's basketball team is playing its first and only exhibition game Wednesday night against Truman State. So we've got basketball shows tonight, football show tomorrow night, basketball game on Wednesday, and then we'll go back to our normal schedule next week with the basketball shows on Monday night and the Brom Show on Wednesday. And we will have a quiz a little bit later on. Joined by Ricky Waltman, senior from St. Louis. Selling and sales management is your major. And you heard the coach talk about you a little bit earlier. So let me ask you, what was the difference last year in Ricky Waltman compared to the first few seasons here?
I think, honestly, gaining a little bit of confidence, but also I think KG just gave me a lot of hope and believing in myself. And, you know, when the coaching change came in, I think it was just a new opportunity to kind of prove myself and show that I really want to be here and I want to play and just, you know, do whatever it takes to earn time and earn a spot. And, yeah, I think I guess her believing in me and putting me in the right place.
I think everybody who's out there listening can relate to either playing for a new coach or getting a new boss at your job where you want to make a good impression, and you also have an impression of that person. What was Coach Gearlds like when she got here, first as an assistant coach, but then when she took over the head coaching job? How would you describe her? When people ask you to describe your head coach, what would you say?
I would say, like, in 2 words, I would say very energetic and competitive. I think KG is a very competitive coach and just person, and I know something that she's, you know, always talking about in practice is just compete, whether you do the right thing or the wrong thing, or you make the right play or take a bad shot, as long as you're competing and you get it back. And I think that was just one area that I saw would be a good chance to try and prove myself, is just constantly competing, because you're really not going to do everything right, and she doesn't expect you to, but as long as you just play hard.
Every time we hear her refer to you, it's always Slick. It's never Ricky. Where did the nickname Slick Rick come from?
Honestly, I don't know if I think it just started like in middle school as like a name, because I used to, like, when I had long hair, I like had a ponytail, and for whatever reason I was like slicking it back, and so I just started going by Slick Rick, and then I guess it really stuck with KG, and she likes Slick, and yeah. As
long as you don't give yourself a nickname, they can call you whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
The rule is you cannot give yourself a nickname.
Yeah.
How did you blend in then to the new style? Because I know that when Katie came in, she wanted to run a more up-tempo and kind of a faster style. Is that the style that you played in high school? Is that something that's more to your liking, or did you have to adjust to that?
I would say a little bit of both. I feel like in high school we definitely would run and push it a lot, and we had a lot of guards on our team, and it was typically kind of 4 guards, and I was the post, and they were pretty quick and would push it. So I think I was used to that from high school, but then my first 2 years here, it wasn't like that much, so I kind of got used to that and then had to get used to KG's up-tempo offense again, but I feel like it kind of felt more natural as I got used to it.
All right, we're talking with Ricky Waltman. We'll have more with Slick when the Katie Gearlds Show continues. It's presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network. This is Boilermaker basketball from Learfield.
And she's first on the team with 7 steals. Janae Terry pass out to Kyle. Easy post up.
Now it's Madison Layden to trigger for Purdue. 3.9 seconds left, down 1. Terry for the win. Good! And Purdue wins at the horn.
Well, she made herself available. She knew it was a low clock. Really good job of recognizing, attacking. And look, anytime you can throw it up there and give yourself a chance off the glass, and Janae Terry celebrating with her Purdue teammates.
No good on the putback. Terps come up empty with 2 good looks. Pushing the other way is Terry. Good defense from Benzin not to foul as Terry finishes, and now it's 11-7.
Looking, gets it in bounds to Terry. Terry drives. Terry with a short jumper off the glass. Yes! Yes! Purdue wins it at the buzzer. The second buzzer beater this season by Janae Terry.
Terry, cool as a cucumber. She knows what she's got to do. Takes it in.
Oh, yeah,
double
it's
clutch.
good. No
It's
question.
It's not even
Good.
close.
Basket
Not
is good.
even
Game
close.
over.
Illinois could get it back with 3.5 seconds at the minimum. Terry fires, gets it to go.
This is an excellent opportunity. Give it to Ellis. 2 seconds left. Ball rolling on the ground. They're not going to get a shot off. Oh, Janae Terry still did, and it goes down! Everything falling for Janae Terry.
Abby Ellis again looking to the paint. Dishes out to Terry. Three ball is good for Janae.
Teamed up in the second half. It's a good pass from Ellis. Janae Terry knocking it down. She's not afraid of the moment, Mike.
On 95.3 Bob FM.
It's time for the Pro Boilers feature, where we look at how former Purdue student athletes are doing in their professional sports careers. Pro Boilers is presented by Indiana Kitchen Premium Pork Products. Get to know us at indianakitchen.com. Both our Pro Boilers and Indiana Kitchen are Boilermade. We'll focus on 4 former Boilermakers. I should never say former Boilermakers. 4 Boilermakers who are playing elsewhere now because they've exhausted their eligibility. Boilermakers for life. Andriana Keys is playing in Poland. Her last game, her team won 76-75 to go 2-1 on the season. In 36 minutes, Keys had 21 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 steals, and she's averaging better than 16 points and 8 rebounds a game this year. Sam Ostarello is playing in Italy. Her team lost 66-60 the last time out to fall to 8-4 on the season. She had 3 points and 4 rebounds in that one, averaging better than 6 points and 5 rebounds. By the way, she is now a naturalized Italian citizen. So she is a citizen of the country of Italy. KK Hauser, playing in Puerto Rico, had 4 points in a 69-67 win. Her team is 5-4. KK averaging 7 points and better than 2 assists per game. And finally, Aya Traore, still playing over in Spain, had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Her team blew out their opponent 65-27 to go to 2-2 on the season. Aya averaging 13 points and 7.5 rebounds a game. Basketball for you. You got some eligibility left after this year, and I know you're going to talk with the coach about that, but how long do you want to continue to play basketball?
Good question. I know definitely doesn't feel done yet. I know it's tough to say. I guess it's just to see where the future takes me. As far as I know, I do have an extra year of eligibility, so I know we'll talk about that and stuff like that. But I guess excited to see where that goes, and yeah.
You got opportunities to play all over the world. Don't forget, there is basketball post Purdue in the professional ranks. Let's talk about NIL, because we've heard so much with student athletes and the opportunity for them to capitalize on their name, image, and likeness. What are you doing personally in the NIL space right now?
So one of the organizations that honestly our whole team is kind of getting involved with is Boilermaker Alliance. So this is just an organization that helps get us, and I know the men's basketball team's in on it too, and we just show up for a lot of different charities and stuff. I know there's this Thursday we've got a blood drive that we're going to, so just various things like that. A couple weeks ago we went to the Boys and Girls Club, so yeah, just kind of helping charities out. And there's a couple companies that I'm looking at and kind of figuring it out, but I've honestly just started a lot of the NIL stuff about a month ago, so just kind of taking it slow and figuring stuff out now.
All right, let's get back to the court. What can people expect from the 22-23 Boilermaker basketball team this year?
I think definitely just going to make a statement. I feel like absolutely just improving off last year. I know from the year before that we made such a jump, and I think that's only going up so much. I know inside the locker room and on the court, we're constantly talking about our goals and what we envision for this year. And I know in practice, we're all putting the time in and just bringing it every single day. And I think that people are just going to be really surprised with what we can do this year.
And I'm guessing you're at the point you want to see a different colored jersey across the way, because you're kind of sick and tired of practicing and beating on each other in practice every day.
Yeah, definitely. Since April, it's just been go, 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 and yeah, beating up on each other and beating up on our practice guys. So I think we're excited just Sunday to kind of get going and try and beat up on another team for sure.
Well, Ricky, congratulations on the great jump last season. Looking forward to another big jump this year and a big senior season for you as well.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll have the head coach back with us next. It's the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network. This is Boilermaker basketball from Learfield.
And on that last drive, Coldclaw had a really nice take.
Harden, spotter, three.
switching the court up.
Here's Cass Harden.
And you can put it on the board. Yes, Cass Harden.
Dumps it back out to Clouden. And Lillis, she got hit in the face right there by Later, but no fouls called. Here comes Abby Ellis. She will work the baseline, dumps it out, top of the key. Harden for three, and it goes in.
Ava Learn was ranked the 153rd player in the nation and the number 41th guard in high school. So
Cassie Harden bombs away from three, her first triple of the night.
Shot fake, got Demila Brown to go on it, and another miss, and another offensive rebound for Purdue, this time Ellis. Outside to Harding for three, it goes, and Purdue leads 3-0.
Tries to drive on the guard, and Harden again walls up, and here's Abby Ellis. Harden for three. Her first of the game. How about that defense to offense, Steph?
Well, it's out of necessity that Cass Harden has to guard a post player. She does a really good job of using her strength, of staying disciplined and not.
Cass Harden from three. She sinks it.
Get back into this short-handed as Janae Terry with it up top. Three on the way and finally knocked down the three-pointer.
Picked up by Schrammick in the left block, got it poked free, picked up by Harden, pass up ahead. Here is Ellis on Douglas, and Douglas does a good job of stopping her defensively, but she'll throw it out to the top, and a three is hit by Harden.
Rebound, and Purdue looks to push again. Cass Harden, and it's pure from three-point land.
Welcome back to the Katie Gearlds Show, presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union. We're live at Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. Again, the Boilermakers exhibition game on Sunday. 2 o'clock will be the tip, 1:45 our pregame. We will be streaming only, so go to PurdueSports.com and you can find a link to listen to the game if you cannot attend in Mackey. Purdue Global is Purdue's accredited and affordable online solution for working adults. Persistence pays off at Purdue Global. All right, Katie, let's go back down the roster here and go to your junior class, which is a class of one. Madison Layden, who I would expect you're expecting big things from again this season.
One would think. One would hope. Yeah, Mads is, she's done a really good job of just getting better, taking care of herself on and off the court. Started to put the ball in her hands a little bit more in transition. So, Janae probably starts at the point, and then when Janae's not in, having the ball in Matt's hands, pushing it up. She's a great passer in transition. And, I just really like her decision making. She's probably our best decision maker. So in transition, if the ball's in her hands, whether she's coming off a screen, shooting it off a drag screen, or kicking it up to make a play, she just makes the right play.
I know at times you've had to get on her a little bit to shoot the ball more. Is that still something you have to get on her about, or is she doing a better job at recognizing when she needs to shoot the basketball?
Yes and no. I still think anytime she's open, she needs to shoot it. But she's just she's such a great decision maker. She always makes the right basketball plays, and sometimes we want her to be a little bit more aggressive, forcing things because she can score it. But she's always a young woman who's going to make the right play for Purdue to win. And, we always ask a lot from her. We ask her to guard the other team's best player, and having Laisha and, Jayla has taken some great steps will allow her to get off the ball a little bit, but or get off the other team's best player. But excited about what number 33 can do for us.
You mentioned earlier Abby Ellis became a fan favorite last year. I think another fan favorite that emerged was Ava Learn in that sophomore class now.
Yeah, Ava's fun. She's fun to coach. She works her butt off, and you don't see anybody run the lane or a rim run harder than Ava does. She took the summer, tried to get herself healthy. She had surgery on her foot in the summer. So I think she's in a really good place, just getting healthy and still getting back into it. But, Ava just gives a different dynamic from any of our other posts. And, I know why she's a fan favorite, because she's been fun to coach.
She plays hard, and she looks like she's really enjoying the game when she plays, too.
Yeah, I tell you what, she gives us everything she has. I remember at Indiana, late in the game, there's about 4 minutes left, and this girl runs over to me and says, Coach, I can't give you my 100%. I'm so tired. I can't give you my 100%. Take me. I need a sub. I need a sub. And that's exactly who Ava is. She's going to give you 100% as long as she's out there, and can't ask for anything less.
A player we saw glimpses from last year, and I know you're looking for a little bit more consistency from her this year, but the sky's the limit for Jayla Smith.
Yeah, Jayla's had a really good summer. I think having Janae and Laisha kind of teaching her a little bit. But Jayla's starting to take care of things off the court a lot better, and I think that just translates, right? You do things right off the court, whether it's how hard you work in the weight room, the attention to detail you do in the classroom, getting extra treatment. And I think that's just translating for her. I think the game's starting to slow down for her a little bit because last year we were throwing quite a bit at her. And you could see her head spinning a little bit in practices, but now the game's just slower. And, with Mads and JT pushing the ball up and throwing it to Abby and Jayla, Laisha using their athletic ability to score. We talk about it all the time, like you're Indiana Miss Basketball. It's your job to come here to Purdue and win basketball games.
We're going to talk about the freshman class when we come back. It is the Katie Gearlds Show presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union on the Purdue Global Sports Network. This is Boilermaker Basketball from Learfield.
At Unity Healthcare.
Looks like Abby Ellis for Purdue is also looking to check in. Jayla Smith in the game for Purdue. She goes up and gets the and one to fall. Jayla Smith only had 2 minutes of play so far up to this point, and her first shot is an and one.
Ellis backpedals. Launches. Long three ball.
And most importantly, she's knocking down logo shots. Abby Ellis.
Into no man's land. And a reach foul, but it's not called. More overlays. Ellis gets it, pumps it, scores it.
Well, Alexa Goulbe for Indiana does a great job getting back in transition defense, but where's the rest of Indiana? Ellis gets the rebound.
Once again, Illinois keeps holding Purdue to about 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Deep three made by Madison Layden. This game comes to an end. And it'll be Smith firing from deep. Schmack.
Great stuff. Ellis again with the shot clock winding down, but she drains the three. That's what Purdue needs to stay in this game.
Not strong enough. Hits the iron. Ball up in the air. Layden's going to try again from deep. Sinks it as the clock expires. Boilers lead 18-9 as the first quarter draws to a close.
Now Golden Gophers have to weather the storm here that Purdue put up and get themselves back into this game.
Layden with the right hand behind her back. That was filthy.
There's Layden with the drive. A little scoop with the left hand. Not good. Tipped around. Layden gets it. Open look here for Smith. And Jayla Smith knocks down the three.
Everyone needs a little playing time, so before a Purdue basketball game or any time throughout the week, stop by Walk-Ons in the Purdue Memorial Union, where it's always game day with a taste of Louisiana. People are always excited to see freshmen make their debuts. You got 4 freshmen this year, although only 3 of them will see the court. One of them is injured. Let's start with Lily Stoddard from here in the state of Indiana, from up north in the state. Tell us a little bit about her game and what she can bring to you.
Yeah, Lily just gives us some length. Good athlete, runs the floor really well. Like we were just kind of talking with Jayla, the game's just got to kind of slow down for at this level. But a young lady that works her tail off every day, very, very coachable, does everything we ask. And I think she's just, a sponge trying to absorb everything that she can. The great thing about Lily is she's got Ricky and Caitlin and Ava, someone that she can really grab onto and learn from. And we're not going to throw her into the deep end quite yet, but those 3 have been great for her and teaching her how to play at this level.
Another freshman for you who had originally committed to Missouri, but when there was a coaching change there, she switched and became a Boilermaker, and that's Addison Potts.
Yeah, AP can play. I talk to her all the time, like your want-to's got to be a little bit more. She's behind some really good guards on our roster, and her want-to, her urgency's just got to pick up a little bit for us. But you can tell when she wants to play and she's out there, she does a lot of good things for us. And like Lily, she's got an opportunity to learn behind some really good guards. JT, Mads, and Abby were all Big Ten honorable mention last year, so the opportunity to learn from them and grow from them. But still, like Jayla, the game's got to slow down and then just understand the want to and the competitiveness at this level. It's just different.
One player we won't see this year coming all the way from Switzerland, Anoa Holzer, who was out with an injury, but I had a chance to talk to her before one of your practices this year, and found out she's a physics major, if I'm not mistaken, and speaks 3 languages. So she brings a lot of intelligence, I know, to this basketball program.
Yeah, smart young lady, really, really mature. That's just kind of how it is in Europe. Her schedule and what she went through when she was in high school, playing basketball and going to school at that level, just mature and it's such a bummer what happened to her knee, but she's making progress. Just doing some drills on the side with Jalen and working out, and I think she's got a bright future because she just understands how the game is supposed to be played, and looking forward to getting her on the court when we can.
You added another player to the roster, bringing in a walk-on, Kate Rudini from Trumbull, Connecticut. Tell us a little bit about Kate and how she became part of the program.
Yeah, Kate reached out to us, and she's been great for us. Doesn't ever buck when we say jump on the guys team or be on the scout team. Just comes in and works really hard for us. Great locker room addition. Dad's already coming to Cancun with us. Just really bought into the program and what we're trying to do, and the kind of walk-on you want on your basketball team, the one that just understands what her job is, what her role is, and going to do everything she can to help us win, no matter what it takes.
I haven't met her dad, but I already like him. You say you're going to play in Cancun over thing? I think I can make that.
Smart guy.
I can make that trip.
I think he's coming to Vegas, too. I mean, if he is, right? If he's smart.
So let's talk that you've got 13 players in all. 12 will be able to play again. Anoa is out for the season, but you're going to use these early games to try to build a rotation. But again, as we talked about earlier, you want to do this experimenting and all that, but you want to do it while you're winning non-conference games too.
Yeah, we want to win. That's what it comes down to. We want to win. I think we're still figuring out, pieces and groups that fit together. Got a lot of different groups, a lot of different styles that we can play out there, whether we go big, whether we go small, whether we play fast, got our shooters on. Just a lot of different lineups that we can do. We've been able to put in a little bit of a zone defense, something we didn't get to last year. Not that we're going to see quite a bit of it, but just something that just more time together that we've been able to work on. We'll see. The job is to win and get us ready for the big time in the Big Ten. Well,
we know the Big Ten is going to be a challenge because a lot of teams in the top 25, but you're also going to get a test, and I like the fact you're playing a 3-game tournament in over Thanksgiving, which gets you ready for the Big Ten tournament, and then you've got another back-to-back in Las Vegas, which again is going to get you ready to have a quick turnaround, go through scouting reports quickly, and try to acclimate to a new opponent.
Yeah, excited about our trip to Cancun. I thought we really bonded well last year in Florida. So having 3 games in Cancun, the idea was kind of to mimic what the Big Ten tournament is. So hopefully we're not just playing 1 game. We are playing 2, 3, 4 games, however many it takes to get to that championship game. So excited to have that time together and grow in bonds, just us. Want to win basketball games, Harvard, Florida State, Oklahoma State, and then when we go to Vegas, just another opportunity for us to enjoy some warmer weather before the Christmas holiday, but an opportunity for us to play back-to-back.
All right, we'll have the final segment of the Katie Gearlds Show presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union after this on the Purdue Global Sports Network. This is Boilermaker Basketball from Learfield.
Looks like Abby Ellis for Purdue is also looking to check in. Jayla Smith in the game for Purdue. She goes up and gets the and 1 to fall. Jayla Smith only had 2 minutes of play so far up to this point, and her first shot is an and 1.
Ellis backpedals. Launches. Long 3-ball.
And most importantly, she's knocking down logo shots. Abby Ellis.
Into no man's land. And a reach foul, but it's not called. More overlays. Ellis gets it, pumps it, scores it.
Well, Alexa Goulbe for Indiana does a great job getting back in transition defense, but where's the rest of Indiana? Ellis gets the rebound.
Once again, Illinois keeps holding Purdue to about 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Deep three made by Madison Layden. This game comes to an end. And it'll be Smith firing from deep. Schmack.
Great stuff. Ellis again with the shot clock winding down, but she drains the three. That's what Purdue needs to stay in this game.
Not strong enough, hits the iron. Ball up in the air, Layden's gonna try again from deep. Sinks it as the clock expires. Boilers lead 18-9 as the first quarter draws to a close.
Now Golden Gophers have to weather the storm here that Purdue put up and get themselves back into this game.
Layden with the right hand behind her back. That was filthy.
There's Layden with the drive, a little scoop with the left hand, not good, tipped around, Layden gets it. Open look here for Smith, and Jayla Smith knocks down the three.
5.3 Bob FM.
This week's game plan is presented by Purdue Federal Credit Union, home of the official credit union for Purdue fans. Learn more about their products and services at purduefed.com. Ordinarily in this segment, we would talk about the upcoming opponents. You've got an exhibition game, Purdue Northwest, and it's nice to have a different team. But let's talk about you. What do you want to establish, and what do you want to get done on Sunday in Mackey Arena?
Yeah, well, we want to win. We want to come out and work on the things that we've been working on. What we think is going to make us successful this year. Want to come out and compete and have fun, play basketball. I think Ricky said it. We've been beating up on each other since April, all summer, fall. It's just been us and our practice guys. So having the opportunity to see someone else in another jersey and kind of just see where we are.
Let's sell some tickets here in the next minute. If I'm a Purdue fan and I'm thinking about coming out and watching the women play this year, to pitch me. Give me a pitch. Why should they come out? What's going to be exciting? What's going to get them out of their seats about this basketball team?
I think a lot like last year. We're just going to compete and have fun, play hard. We're going to do those things, but I think you're going to have a group that you're going to want to get behind because they're going to win. They compete hard against each other. They're winners off the court. And I think that's going to translate on the court. I think we're going to play a little bit quicker than we did last year. I think you'll see a lot of smiles on our face because we get to wear Purdue on our chest and play basketball in Mackey Arena, and I think we're all just kind of embracing that opportunity.
You know, the other thing that hits me, Katie, is we went through the names on this list. It looks like versatility. You got players that can play different positions, different styles. When you want to go big, you can do that. When you want to go small, and teams that are versatile have a lot more success in the long run.
Yeah, we just got a lot of options. I don't think you're going to look at our roster and think, okay, this is our 18, 20-point scorer every game. I think it's going to be done by committee. We've challenged our post to kind of give us a certain amount of numbers, and I think we're going to get those numbers from our guards too. But just excited about this group. They're fun to coach. I get in the elevator to head down to Mackey or Cardinal every day, and Beth and Alex, who are here with me tonight, they just can probably attest to just the energy that they bring every single day. We don't get in the elevator and dread going to practice because they just have fun, and they're a fun group. I just think that if you come to a game, bring a fan, bring a friend, bring somebody, and then they'll want to bring somebody else because this group deserves it.
See you Sunday.
Sounds good.
All right, our engineer tonight, Wes Scott, our producer, Roger Forsyth, Hunter Massengill on the video. Again, the Boilermakers and Purdue Northwest streaming only. Go to PurdueSports.com at 1:45 on Sunday. We'll be back here next Monday night. The Jeff Brom Show coming up tomorrow night. For the head coach and Ricky Waltman, this is Tim Newton. We'll see you next time on the Katie Gearlds Show. Good night, everybody.